Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
And 3.
Number 2.
Gonna follow that up with a 1.
Woohoo!
Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, bum, bum. America, you're back. And you are
You're welcome.
absolutely welcome. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this right here is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you very much. As close to live as we're ever gonna do this.
That's right, man.
Doing this on a Monday evening, not afternoon, not morning, evening. And we normally drop these podcasts at 7 p.m. Central. So we'll see if it happens. So straight,
Yeah, we'll be close.
damn near straight to air. Just straight there, which, hey, and I just got to warn you guys right now, because normally, the editors of the Dave and Juan podcast take great time to edit out
a
all
lot
of
production that goes into that show.
a lot of production, and we have to edit out all of Juan's incredible profanity. Now,
Exactly.
you wouldn't even know it. We edit it so well. You never can hear,
You think I never curse?
every now and then, if you're listening real close and you hear sounded like a on that. What happened?
Yeah, just a little airdrop right there.
Yeah. So we cleaned that up. So we won't be doing that today, and we're going to get this out of here. Coming off a busy a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, the Olympics.
The
Dude,
Olympics.
I've been watching the Olympics.
Not a minute. Not,
Dude, I watched all afternoon Saturday.
No, you did not.
And I watched probably till 3:30 yesterday. I hate the NBC pregame team for football.
Well, I hate them all. Yes, 100%.
So I didn't want to watch them. But dude, I was like all up into me some ice skating.
Well, there you go. Juan and I are friends, and we've been doing this podcast for about 112 years now, and we couldn't be more different. We couldn't be more different on that.
I'll tell you what, though. I think we could do luge. Because I watched that, and most guys look like, they were, we'd be a little older, but, probably late 30s to mid 40s. They're out having a beer.
It looks like it.
Hey, man, let's go do this luge thing.
I from what I can gather with the luge, and how many they have, a 2-man luge?
They got the 2-man. I was watching the 1-man luge. I looked up how do you influence where this thing is going.
Well, that's my point. So and again, let me reiterate, I have not watched. I said a minute, dude. I haven't watched a second of the Olympics. Again, Winter Olympics do nothing for me. I'm not a big fan of. Where's it at this year? It's in
Italy.
Okay, my bad. Shows you how in tune I was. I was about to crap on France. I was about to say I can't stand France, and you would have said, "Well, David's not in France. It's in Italy."
In 2 different cities in Italy, which is like the first time ever.
So I don't dislike Italy. I mean, I'm married to basically an Italian. Her dad's full blood Italian, so she's half Italian. But anyhow, so where was it going with this? The luge.
Italy, luge.
Right. So years ago, I guess, when I did see it or watch whatever it was, it seems that the very beginning counts. You have to run, and
you get going fast. You pull yourself, and then I guess they got some little spike glove.
I just want to pause for those of you that are not, those of you watching this on or like listening on podcast, and you don't see the visual. Go find the visual to see Juan.
That's right, doing my hand motions.
Play out physically what the looks like. You've been thinking about it.
I have, bro.
It looks like you have been sitting on the couch going, okay, if I got the opportunity to race luge, what am I going to do?
That's right.
All right. But that seems to be it.
Where most sports, and sometimes we call things sports that I don't necessarily consider sports. you know you're good from playing somewhere. I thought about this yesterday. Where do you go to just discover that you're good at luge?
I don't good. There must be countries that do
I
luge.
guess you could say the same thing about pole vaulting. It's not like you running in your backyard with a pole and going,
I don't know, and you got to be there's a special you got to have a special kind of sickness for some of these sports to just say, okay, this is what I'm going to dedicate a good portion of. Because let's be honest, let's say you are the world's best luger. What's that worth?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
About a minute. One of
Once
those
you,
guys that called him the legend of luge.
the legend of luge. But my point is, it looks like there is a teeny tiny level of athleticism for the first maybe 5 seconds.
That's about it. Other than that, to me, it's like riding a water slide.
After
You
that,
shift your weight one way, you shift it another.
bro,
Hope you hit it right.
you're cargo below deck after
Yeah.
that. That's so so your job is to keep your head down so you don't mess up the aerodynamics. And yes, I guess I imagine you lean, but that doesn't seem like an elite sport. I bet you I can go find, you
Yeah,
know,
that's what I'm telling you, dude. It looks like dudes who just came out of the bar. They're not fit looking. Maybe weight is an advantage in this.
well, I also want to point out the fact that we might be the only podcast in the freaking country following the Super Bowl weekend, kick off our first 5 minutes talking about luge, which
That's right.
I didn't even watch.
Well,
Well,
there you go.
that
You'll go
makes me
watch it now.
I'm
Hurling
like
is on right now,
I'm
though.
like a journalist. I'm like a journalist. I don't even know. I didn't even watch what it is we're talking about, but man, I am going to have passionate opinions about it and call you
And
stupid if you disagree.
Raising Cane's is sponsoring the bobsled team.
Raising Cane's is.
Yes. And Flavor Flav's doing the commercials.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Bobsled.
again, I wish everybody luck. I'm not watching any of it. I may by accident something happens. I will not watch skating because that's not a sport. Any any activity that requires subjective judging on how well you did that chut or the shaw's there. They did
Yeah,
that.
but man, the U.S. has the quad god.
Okay,
Pretty cool.
again, the only true quad god was a guy named Eric Hayden. Remember Eric Hayden?
I do, but this dude could do quad jumps. Like every quad jump there is, he makes them up as he goes along. He's the
Oh,
only
I
person
thought
that
I
can
thought
do
you were
some of
saying
them.
quad because the guy had massive legs. I'm talking Eric
No, no, no,
Hayden.
no, 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 no. No, it's quad jumps. I looked that up. I didn't know what that was.
Okay. Again, we are talking about stuff that I don't care to watch, but that's fine. But no, skating is not that type. No, skating like for timing, like around the circular.
Yeah, they got that too.
That's a sport. That's a sport. Put it this way, Juan. What's the difference between what your daughter does and synchronized swimming?
You going against a clock and you know who wins because somebody comes out first.
You know who wins. It doesn't matter what your reputation is.
Right.
It doesn't matter who your
Side
instructor
by
was.
side.
It's like, hey, jump your butt in the water, go over there, come back as many times. We're gonna time you. Whoever does it in the shortest amount of time, you the winner. That's a sport. If other people who are sketchy as all get out, judging this stuff, come in with their biases, right? Like I said, no, she didn't. Her pinky was not in the right thing when she went there, and then they'll forgive other people. Like if you're a favorite, you can get away with a little bit of a little shimmy.
Wobble.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. I don't. I'm trying to think by accident. I may watch some of the some of the speed skating if that's on.
Now, what's the woman's name? I forgot her name. The
Lindsey Vaughn.
Yes, Lord.
You know what? And hey, God bless her. I wish her nothing. So she's a person. She's a beautiful young woman, and young to us. I think she's 41.
She's in her 40s, yeah.
Okay, so she dated Tiger Woods for a while too. Do you know that?
Oh, did not.
Yeah, that happened a while back. She dated Tiger Woods, but I don't know why I felt obliged to say that. That just seemed like seems like that would be in her bio when she's coming up. before, but to
Might
skate,
be.
she's a something gold medalist, blah blah blah, and she shacked up with Tiger for a while. Um, but here's the deal: so she tore an ACL, was it?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
And then says, "I'm still going to compete." And I remember when we heard again, I don't watch the Olympics, but my wife and I were downstairs and she was probably watching some sports show or something she didn't really want to watch that I had on, or more than likely what happened is I had it on. She was either on her phone or listening to an audiobook, but somehow heard that or heard me say, "Get out of here. You're not going to compete." Again, I don't, now that is a sport. That's a dangerous sport. That's one you will not see me, dude. I don't ski. I've never skied in my life. I've had opportunities. I've been there. People want me to ski. Ain't gonna do it. This Cajun, and especially the age I'm at now, I'm happy when I can get from
Yeah.
point A to point B on dry ground and not fall. So that's just asking for it. But for me to see, and I know that's a very difficult, dangerous sport. You're gonna tell me you're gonna compete with a torn ACL?
Right. Yeah. I don't, like I said, I've never skied either. I would just imagine it puts a lot of stress on your lower extremities.
Dude, and then for those of you that didn't see, what happened is in her race, and I don't know if it was her first run or
She did a couple practice runs and she was fine. I think it was the first race.
okay, she crashes and big time. They airlifted her
Right.
off the mountain. Turns out she's got a broken leg. She had surgery. She has a broken leg. I guess to go while you're in there, why don't you fix what
Yeah. Go ahead and really fix that ACL.
and again, don't I mean it's tragic, but the part of it is like, what did you expect?
Now, I saw a commercial, and it might have been before the Super Bowl on the Super Bowl coverage with her and her recovery team. Yeah, it was like, these
Job well
guys,
done.
all
Job well
the
done, y'all.
yeah, all the advances that they've made in medicine and therapy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was some money wasted.
Well, okay. And now they're trying to write stories about it was just fluke and what actually happened. Let me tell you what happened. She had a torn ACL. Okay? I don't
Yeah,
care.
didn't stick the landing.
And well, just whatever happened that threw her off, the bad luck she had, it was coming because she had, dude, you know how it's like. I mean, I've got my knees come and go, and like, I don't know what I got torn. I know I've had a torn meniscus forever, but I mean, when your legs or when your things are acting up, you got no confidence, right? Well, you're about to go
Right.
get a bionic knee. Like when you're
Right.
walking upstairs or downstairs, do you have complete confidence, Juan?
Heck no,
Yeah, and
not now.
that's just going downstairs, holding on to something, right? So anyway, wish her a speedy recovery. I read a clip that her dad said he thinks this might be the end of her skiing career, and I'm like,
You think?
all right, Nostradamus. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lay some odds on that right here.
Well, that makes me wonder, like how. I mean, I know she's good. Maybe she's the best we've ever put out, but it kind of tells me that there must not be much competition out there if a 40-something-year-old person with a torn ACL. Of course, I guess she'd already qualified and they couldn't throw her out. So
I think in the Winter Olympics, and I'm not a big aficionado of the Olympics, even though I watched over the weekend. You tend
sounds
to
like
have,
sounds like you are.
I think you have people who can last longer. Like in curling, I'm going to go ahead and bet there's not
Oh, yeah.
a cutoff age. Speed skating, probably so.
Probably so. Curling, you could probably see, and appearing in their seventh Olympics.
Yeah,
Mostly because nobody else knows when the cutoff is to apply to be on the curling team.
exactly.
So
Another thing, how do you know where do you go to learn to curl?
this guy's been grandfathered in for 4 Olympics now, and we talked about Eric Heiden before. I didn't know this. A friend of mine. I'm not going to give his name, just but because why would I? But in banking, I know him. A good guy, very successful, and he writes a weekly newsletter that I like. And I knew I'm gonna give his full name, but his name's Tom. And I knew Tom a little bit back in the day. He's a little bit older than me. played he hockey. He played hockey in which is a sport that I just don't get. I understand. They tell me if you watch it live, it's an amazing sport. I totally understand. I've got friends up north, older guys that they play in recreational hockey leagues, which is just bizarro world to me. But so Tom played college hockey. I forget what was the university, but he was the goalie. And in his letter, he was writing about something about the coach, and he ended up playing against a couple of guys they were on the Miracle on Ice team.
Miracle Nice team.
Right. He talked about, I think it was Mark Johnson. Anyway, he talked about one was like the best hockey player. He became the star of that Olympic team, and Thomas said he was probably the best hockey player he'd ever been on the ice with. Except that he wasn't the guy he was most afraid of, because there was another guy on that team, that college team, whatever, that was so freaking fast, and it was Eric Hayden.
Oh man!
But they weren't. But they figured he might not be going to the Olympics on the hockey team because he was kind of fast and he'd probably do speed skating. If those of you didn't see that, I think Eric Hayden won. Was it 5 gold medals or?
Yeah, those speed skaters, dude. From the hips down,
Oh
you
man,
talk about you could bounce a quarter off
built
every muscle.
built like Clydesdales. But I even emailed Tom back saying, dude, if I ever was on the same if I was ever in a competition on the same ice with Eric Hayden, I would start every speech with that. I would say like, hey, this isn't apropos to anything, but I once competed against Eric Hayden, and of course now we're at an age where the groups would be like, who is that? I don't. I saw Scott Hamilton speak at something I was at. We weren't. I was the next day, and he was there, and I've seen him speak a couple times. It's the same speech every time. That's a good gig, man. When you don't have to change anything, when you can just literally tell the same freaking story forever. But if you got the right story, but
Yeah,
one of
sells.
I didn't realize this at the time. So that Olympics, the Miracle on Ice Olympics, there was many people say may have been the greatest sport event ever. Like that may have been that upset the U.S. over Russia.
Right, because it was the Cold War time and
Right. But that opening ceremony,
underdog story.
Scott Hamilton carried the American flag. He was the and I couldn't believe that he didn't open with that, man. Like I would find a way, it's been a long journey since the time I carried the American flag. I'd find a way to work that stuff in. All right. So now that we know that the Olympics are by far the most important sport, Super Bowl was this past weekend. Of course, midway, and my son said it first, and I don't know if he read it somewhere, but he was early on it because I heard others make comments later. But midway through the game, my son said, "This looks like Thursday night football."
Dude, it was bad.
It
and
was
early. I mean, it felt like a defensive battle in the first quarter and a half. Then it just got to be, man, yeah. The Patriots are just outclassed.
Well, yeah. Well, hey, from a Texan, Houston Texans,
Yeah.
and trust me. But the only thing that would have helped New England in that game is if C.J. Stroud would have somehow been put onto the Seahawks. So apparently the Patriots figured out, gee, if we're not playing C.J. Stroud or the backup quarterback for Denver, we might be in trouble. So it was a relatively boring game.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Seahawks and Sam Darnold, maybe one of the greatest comeback stories.
There too. Yeah.
Dude was on his fifth team. Guy was drafted
And won 14 games last year.
Yep. And was
and
let
didn't
go.
get signed.
Yeah, so so shout out to him. All good. Of course, so many people, the big thing was the halftime show. The halftime show.
See, I watched the Olympics and I watched the halftime show.
You watch the official halftime show?
Yeah, I don't care. Look, I didn't hate it. I
didn't hate it. I didn't even watch it, and I hate it.
I know it was entertaining if you're into musicianship and the show. The one thing that I did criticize, I guess, because it was a tribute to Puerto Rico. The lyrics could have been saying "Screw Juan Semino." I have no idea.
Oh, I can send you what the lyrics were saying.
Yeah, I do that. The I'm talking just from the showmanship aspect of it. Not a Bad Bunny fan. Don't know Bad Bunny. Didn't know anything about Bad Bunny. The Some of the props on the field were supposed to be sugarcane, as I interpreted them, and they were terrible representations of sugarcane. So yeah, I
So
just thought
that's what offended you.
that bothered me.
That
Yeah.
bothered. So there you go. One, not the fact that it's America's biggest sporting event, and the halftime show is done entirely not in English.
Well, but
Now you can, well, you want, we're
yeah,
gonna so disagree on this because, dude, it all matters. The biggest problem, there's been a fight going on, and one of the biggest problems is one side just chooses, oh, it's just this, it's just that. No, it's the biggest, it's one of the biggest cultural events of the year, and it sends a signal. And oh, by the way, here's the deal. Like, and I don't know if all the songs, but I know from reading various reports and the people that are
yeah.
saying, okay, so the whole show, none of it was in English. But if you notice, they didn't put any subtitles. There,
Well, that was the so I flipped it to closed captioning,
okay.
thinking it would translate it for me.
And what did you see?
It was in Spanish.
Because the
The
songs were vulgar, vile, and dang near pornographic. I mean,
Yeah, like I said, but let's be honest, that's not the first time the Super Bowl has had vulgar, violent, pornographic lyrics.
well, I don't know. I mean, help me out here. I don't think
I think.
I mean, they may have dropped
Um,
a word every now and then, but hey, let's put it this way.
oh, I didn't understand. Yeah, again, I didn't understand. I'm thinking you mean in the storyline of the stuff.
Oh no, I'm talking about like actual, bad words and very, very
Yeah.
sexual. So anyway, whatever. Here's the deal. So everything's got to be a fight, and that's the point that I've got right now. I mean, first of all, they got Green Day out there. Okay, Green Day. They're the most
Yeah.
anti-American group you're gonna find.
Yeah.
Okay, so and whatever, I've seen it. I've seen him in concert. Now I give them credit when they played here in Houston, they didn't get political at all, and it was they weren't as good as Fall Out Boy, and they weren't as good as Weezer, but they were the closing act, and they put on a great show. But they're openly, they hate everything.
Yeah.
They hate everything non-progressive. Okay, but that's fine. My thing is, it needed to be Metallica. Metallica needed to be the halftime show. You're in San Francisco.
Well, this is I look. Well, you could have got. Steve Perry could have come out of the woodwork. Could have got Journey.
We brought that. Hey, listen, we talked about that. Some folks over at our house for the game, and I said that would have been the most watched halftime show ever.
I would go for that over anything else. Okay, look, I go back and I went back and forth some over the weekend with a mutual guy who goes by three initials that we went to school with,
Okay.
and worked at the radio station with.
Okay, you don't have to. I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right, because he was saying how the marketing people at NFL were losing their minds, and my whole thing is it's all about marketing because it's all about money, and so they're just going for a younger audience that they can't otherwise reach. I watch the Super Bowl regardless of who's the halftime show. You got some people who watch it because they're at a
Oh,
party and it's on. You got some people who watch it for the commercials. Yeah, some people who watch it just so I get that aspect. The NFL's goal is to put as many eyes on the game so they could sell the broadcast rights for as much as possible. The one thing that I said it would be amazing if they got local, something that represented that community. And that's what I thought about with Journey, with Steve Perry, not the karaoke version of Journey or
right.
Metallica or some band
No,
from there that
and that would have been one
connect.
of the biggest stories of. And you can't even talk about, oh, that's an old guy's band. No, because "Don't Stop Believing" I think is still the most downloaded
Oh,
song.
dude, yeah, yeah, I hate it. I hear it so often,
Okay, but
and I
help me
go to
out.
events because of where I worked
You
or who I
start.
work with.
You tell me something. Halftime show. They come out. Boom, 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 and they close with "Don't Stop Believing." I'm telling you, that would go down. They would be
Oh
talking
yeah,
about that
yeah.
would be like the Whitney Houston American anthem. That would
Hmm.
be okay. By the way, the guy that sang the Star Spangled Banner did a pretty good job. I didn't know who he was.
I don't know who he is either, but I wasn't sure
My son did, and
how
my
much lip
niece.
syncing he was, or how much lip syncing he was doing. But they all lip syncing now.
Oh, I didn't think he was lip syncing.
I don't know. Charlie Puth is his name.
Okay, both I mean, my son's in his mid-20s, as is my
Hmm.
niece who was also here, and they both knew who he was, and they're actually both musicians. In fact, my niece
Yeah,
is a band teacher. Um, and Jesse said, my son said, yeah, it's annoying. He's got perfect pitch. Apparently, he's known for he's got
yeah. So,
so it's all right. So I'm cool with all that. I actually we switched over because my brother-in-law was here and he was
hmm,
flat out. He says, "I'm coming to watch the game at your house, but you better tell me that you can get on the TPUSA." I said, "No worries. We got." See,
yeah,
my garage basically. I mean, my living room basically, as a door opens up to the back patio. So I got a
uh-huh.
TV on the wall back there. That was on the regular game, and then we put the TPUSA.
Yeah.
Did you see any of it?
Did it sync up? I didn't see any of it. I want to go back and watch it.
Pretty darn
I was
close.
just,
Although I think we missed the first 30 seconds of kickoff because I think Kid Rock went a little bit long. But um, so the show was the production values were okay. I was bored by it just because I didn't really know who these people were. They were fine singers. The two dudes started off seemed kind of countryish. And a young lady, attractive young lady. I don't know who she is, but everybody else does one of those things.
hmm.
And then Kid Rock comes out and he opens up with, and I say comes out because I thought they should have done this outside, live, with a big group. Not like it was in a studio, now a big studio, but there couldn't have been more than 300 people in the
Oh,
place.
okay. I didn't
Sort of,
realize that.
sort of lining. Again, the production values were great. So I guess they were going for that. But then Kid Rock comes out, my name is Kid Rock,
So but that's he does that's his
but
start
here's
on
the
everything, I
deal.
believe.
Lip syncing it. And I mean,
Oh wow.
poorly. And I'm like, what the, and I'm just like, down, diggy, down, down. And it's like, okay, I get it. And then it cuts and it's a man and woman, I think, playing cello or something, pretty. And I'm like, God, this is boring. What are they doing? And then they take in, and then they introduce, what's his name? Robert Ritchie and
Is that kid?
that's Kid Rock.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. I heard that he came out or did
So
stuff
yeah,
under
they
his real name.
introduced him like that, and then he came out. And he was just wearing his normal stuff, and I mean he can sing. That's what's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean he guess he could always sing, but like these days he actually can sing. Even my son even said that he's a much better singer than a rapper. Um,
Yeah, he's got that song that he had that was to the tune of "Sweet Home Alabama"
oh yeah.
a few years back.
Okay.
It's got a nice
Oh, and he
vocal
had
to it.
"Born Free." He did the song "I Was Born Free." It was like Mitt Romney. He ruined it for
Yeah,
me, but that was Mitt Romney's song. But he did a song by a guy named it's Cody something or other. Till You Can't. I love that song. It's a song that I've got on. I found it by accident because I'm not a country music listener, but I found it a year or two ago, and I mean I played. I'm pretty sure it showed up in my Spotify.
hmm,
You listen to this stuff. It's Until You Can't. And it's a song all about not taking time for granted. Don't things you want or things you think you can always put it off until you can't. And that's the whole, and it's a really good
yeah,
message. It's all about, whether it's, to say you're sorry, say I love you. Like it's basically telling people, right? And then Kid Rock put in his own verse, we tie it to Jesus. And it's pretty good. I mean, and
yeah. I read the lyrics to or the part that he changed to it.
apparently it's the number one song on Apple and stuff today. I mean, so that part was good. So it was one of those things like, okay, that was worth whatever. So kudos to that. Um, it was a
I
very
will tell you though, I saw some stuff this afternoon, just clips from you know what the halftime show at the Super Bowl, the Bad Bunny thing looked like from the audience, and it looked terrible because
really
it's 100% made for TV because they had all these people like all these props of bushes and everything that were probably 6 feet tall. And he was running through, and all the dancers were there, so you couldn't see anything from it if you were in the stands.
my favorite part of any NFL show is when they just have the random fans run onto the field to
Of
just
course, they had that one.
ooh, you got to do that. We got to get out here with our fake excitement. But so there you go. So everything's got to be a fight. I'm for it. And actually, I think TP USA is going to do this stuff again. I think they could probably get some bigger names. Although
I have zero, right. Like I said, I'll watch the Super Bowl halftime show just because one thing, I didn't want to flip and miss the beginning of the game. Second thing is, I'm all for if people weren't, if the NFL wasn't for that, how many variations of the broadcast do they have? Including, I'm guessing they had that stupid slime thing again, or maybe that's only when
I
it's
don't
on
know.
CBS.
Yeah.
It's not the first time there was an alternative halftime show. Years ago, there used to be the lingerie bowl at halftime.
This is true. This is
They've
true.
had the puppy bowl, which is probably still a thing.
I think they
So
did. I've never
yeah,
seen it, but I think I heard people today talking about the Puppy Bowl. So
yeah.
yeah, there you go. So shout out America. Just
It's
whatever.
all about choices.
You
So
watch what you want to. And while we're talking to America, and let me look right into the camera and speak to you, America, or a subset of Americans who have fallen into this trap or this whatever. And everyone starts off, whether it's a Facebook post, I get it on LinkedIn all the time now too. I had to go along with the trend. Everybody's turning themselves into a cartoon, right? Everybody's using
my
chat.
wife did it yesterday. Messed up my Chat GPT stuff by using that.
Okay, listen. I'm not faulting anybody who wants to talk to AI and send them a picture and wants to look better than they actually look. That's fine. Look at that if it makes you feel good. Don't feel the need to share it. Don't you don't have to. Yeah, that's also the biggest lie, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I just felt I had to go, just like people on LinkedIn. I don't normally post personal stuff. I'm like, shut up. That's
yeah, you
all
do.
you do. That's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that's all
Here's the
you
whole
do.
thing with me. I tell people if if it's a trend that everybody's doing, you just assured that I'm not gonna do it.
Well, and here's the deal. But here's what I will say, and I totally get it. And actually, I read something. Our old friend Don Goodrum, Don
Yeah, yeah. I saw his post.
wrote, because he's a very very talented. In fact, I've got right now behind me over there. I've got a Don Graham original print. I think I got number 3 in the series, and I'm actually in it. I'll tell you that story. But anyway, it's a bar scene, and Don's an incredibly talented artist, but he's looking at it saying, what am I going to do? I
Yeah.
mean, that's right. It's you can just have it do anything, and if you don't like it, just do it again and say it again. And
Well, it's with everything. I wrote creative ads, creative copy for years, and I left that a few years back. But yeah, I write creative stuff now through Chat GPT, and it's
I,
yeah,
I tell people now that it needs to be used as a polisher.
yeah.
You have to know what you want to say. You have to have an idea, but you can flat out tell people that are just like it's just pure, man. They just
Well, you can tell a lot, but you can also, and we've talked about this before, you can quote unquote train it, to where once you've done it enough times for a particular brand,
yeah.
it pretty much matches it.
Yeah, no, it does for me because I use it as an editor now. That's what I do.
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, and it just speeds things up because it's like I either because before I'd have to have somebody else read something for me, which that takes time and effort and whatever, or I have to step away from something long enough to let my brain clear
Right.
to be able to read something with a fresh set of eyes. So when you can basically just run stuff by and all knowing, all whatever, and don't take everything. Like I said, I don't want it for ideas. I want it for okay. Tell me, like basically judging my ideas,
Right.
right? But anyhow, going back to that. Hey, y'all, we can take a hot break on that. We can say let's let's press pause on the nonstop. Here's what you do, y'all. Take your phones and turn the camera on. Do the turnaround for a selfie. Take a picture of yourself. That's what you look like. Hey,
Do you want to see your whole body? Stick it out far
that's
and
right.
hold it up.
That's what you look like. That's one of the things about me and Juan. We do this every week. I'm like, man, sadly, Juan, this is what we look like.
That's it.
We could
Yeah.
run this through
It ain't getting any better.
you know what I'm saying? We could run this through filters. We can make ourselves a cartoon. No, end of the day, this is what you look like. All right. It helps to stay grounded. Stay grounded. You know? Because nobody does the AI and it comes out and it makes them look worse. Nobody's
No,
complaining.
those aren't getting posted.
Everybody, because it makes everybody look about 10 years younger, a lot fitter. Realize that?
Well, tying it all back to the Super Bowl again, darn near every commercial was for an AI platform.
Dude, look, it's either AI, pharmaceuticals, and these days mostly like Ozempic
Yeah.
or the weight loss stuff. What was that? About it, right? Or gambling.
Yeah.
I am so sick. They have ruined. You know what? We deserve whatever asteroid hits us. We deserve it. Listen to Kid Rock and the lyric he put in there. Get right with Jesus while you can, because we deserve whatever asteroid's going to hit us. I'm so sick of the gambling. I'm so sick of all the stuff people.
It's all over the NFL. I mean, everything with win a $5 bet, win
They
$300.
sold out. They're whores. They're absolutely. Look, man. Thoughts independent expressed by me or me. I think Roger Goodell must be on the Epstein list. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say must be, could be, maybe, I don't know, because they sure did an about face on a lot of stuff. Well, what ended up happening is, and this is why they got into bed with gambling. It's the only thing out there they can still squeeze money out of because their ratings, right? The NFL is always going to get decent ratings, I guess, but to some end, it used to be ESPN ruled the roost, and I'm off on a tangent now, but I was reading something the other day and it just hit home about how even our TV experience now is not as good as it was 20 years ago. We stream everything. And when streaming came out, we all thought it was going to be wonderful and convenient, and we're all just fade. And now it sucks. Everything somewhere else, you need like 4, 5, 6 different streams. They all cost, all in. We are all paying typically now more to stream stuff than we were when we were just had cable.
I don't think I am, but just because it's like a couple of the streaming things, like I have one that's tied to Walmart Plus. I have Walmart Plus, so like Paramount Plus is included with that. Um, my son logs into one of mine, I log into one of his. So it's, we're kind of cheating the system on that. But
I'm not going to be able to edit that out, Juan. We're going almost
that's all
straight
right. That's
live.
all right.
So Juan's admitting to several minor felonies.
I've done that before.
I don't think that's why.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Did you like any of the commercials? Did you pay attention to them?
No. I mean, I'd seen the Budweiser one before, and I actually sent it, so that one I liked.
I like the Budweiser one. John Bon Jovi was in one, and they did a parody of "Living on a Prayer."
Before I knew, no, it was a flat out song, because before I saw him show up, because we were talking, we're like, the commercials would come on and we're doing stuff. That's when you get up to get beer, you do whatever. But I'm listening to the song and I'm thinking, oh man, they must have paid a bajillion dollars.
Yeah.
Although, wait a minute. Didn't Bon Jovi sell his catalog?
I don't know.
I think he did. I want to say Bon Jovi sold his catalog, and if he did, somebody else is cashing in on it. That's what's going on, and he's getting money on the side. But
Yeah.
that just came to me while we're saying this.
So he was in the ad.
Correct. But I was floored when I heard it and went, oh man, they had to pay a bajillion dollars for that. And it's like, well, oh no, if Bon Jovi sold the catalog, then somebody else.
But he also introduced or welcomed the Patriots onto the field. But he's a New Jersey guy.
So no. He's been here's what's funny. Interesting. So I guess he ended up hooking up with Kraft.
That's right.
Him and Bill Belichick were tight as thieves. That's harder to say than this. Yeah, I guess he must have a thing with Kraft. Although on that topic, we're not getting there. So, by the way, congratulations, Drew Brees. Congratulations, Larry Fitzgerald, first ballot Hall of Famers.
First ballot Hall of Famers.
Bill Belichick, not. Robert Kraft, not. So they're so petty. The NFL Hall of Fame is a pile of crap. That's the here and there. But Belichick and Kraft apparently are as catty as ever. Did you see Now
Oh,
Belichick's
with each other?
no, oh God, they hate each other. They hate
Uh,
each other. And they're thinking that Kraft might have gotten, he may have been part of the reason that Belichick didn't get in. But Belichick is like, 70 something or 80.
he's early to mid 70s, I
He
think.
still has the 24-year-old girlfriend.
Right, right.
Did you see at the event they were at a
Robert
North Carolina?
Kraft's getting massages down in Miami.
No, no, no. She wore in public this weekend while she's with Bill a T-shirt of the day spa that Kraft was arrested
Oh,
in.
wow.
Yeah. You talk about, hey, let's 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 put it on Front Street that there ain't no love lost. No love lost. That's now shout
That's
out. That's cold blooded, man.
yeah.
Cold
So,
blooded. But yep.
yeah, yeah, go for it. I know there were a couple of them that Dunkin' Donuts had a good one that
I liked
was
it.
a play on Goodwill Hunting.
I enjoyed it, except for the fact the AI that crap. That would have
I looked, they said no, it wasn't that it was, it was makeup and probably some movie theatrics, but it wasn't totally AI.
oh, it looked to me
Yeah,
like it was it. But anyway, was good.
good
Um,
spot. Um, had one on the, like a hydration drink, which was about as the color of your pee.
I did see that. So I guess I was
Uh,
sort of half paying attention to stuff.
Right, because you kept seeing, toilets
Toilets.
slapping up and down.
Apparently it says if your pee's too yellow. I've kind of always known that. If your pee's too
Yeah,
yellow, that
yeah.
means you gotta drink some more. You're getting dehydrated. Um,
And then there was one about some blood prostate exam or prostate test, and Gronk was in it, and he said something about his tight end.
I thought that one was pretty dumb. It was
Yeah,
him and it was
I
other
hate
tight
Gronk.
ends. It
I
took me a
hate
while to
Gronk.
figure out what was going on. These football tight ends. Um, it's one of those things that somebody somewhere sitting in a creative room said, "Oh, it'd be funny because
Yeah,
prostate exam. You got. Yeah. You got to go through. Oh, and but
but
it
other
it
than
was
that, it
forced,
was a couple movies. Like I said, every AI provider there is,
right? And it's
and
all a
then
mad
some other
race. AI
tech
AI
stuff.
is going to be. It's a bubble that is going to blow up. There are going to be some winners. There are going to be some losers. Nobody can remember who else was. There was Google and people going after Google, other search engines, other whatever.
Yeah.
So that you can't have, we're not going to support 20 or 30 of these. It's going to be a
If you
handful.
go back and look at, old technologies like, VHS and beta and Blu-ray and DVD, whatever the porn industry adapts is where it's
Whichever
going to be.
whichever the porn industry choose. So that's what Chat and Grok and what's just Gemini? What's the one that what's
There's Claude, there's whatever one that Microsoft uses. I forgot the name of
it
it. It's what they're
sucks.
making
Whatever it is, I
keyboard
won't use
words
it
now. Yeah.
just for the Bill Gates tie. By the
Yeah.
way, that's the more Epstein file stuff that comes out. Oh my dear goodness gracious. Everybody's on that list, Juan.
Oh, yeah. Everybody but me and you, probably.
Probably. I don't know, but I don't know about you. I know I'm not. I do a search. I'm not on. No, who knows? And that's the other thing too. They've muddied the waters enough these days that somebody can legitimately be on it and they can just claim, "Oh no, I'm not. They made that up," or it's AI.
Right. 50% of the people or 45% of the people, depending on which side of the political aisle you fall on, you're going to think the other side of the aisle made it up. And same
Right.
thing with the other side of the aisle. And then 10% of the people say, yeah, it's probably
Now there are
legit.
some stuff that's actually coming out. I mean, there's stuff that like, man, argue all you want, cry me a river. Bill Gates is all over that. I mean, in ways that are just more revolting than I want to get into. And yet, but I guess that's what money does, man. He still gets to do, that's the running joke this past week. How do we let this guy like decide on health issues? Like this is the
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
or global warming stuff, right? Um, so yeah, him and all this, but they're all tied. Like Savannah Guthrie, who I swear to you, Juan, if you'd have told me 2 weeks ago who is Savannah Guthrie, I would tell you. That name rings a bell, but I can't tell you who she is.
Yeah. I didn't know. I knew she was on one of the shows. I didn't
Okay,
know which show. I
so
didn't know
so
what
so
network.
apparently her poor mom, 80-something-year-old, dependent on medicine, needs the medicine, is kidnapped. Apparently kidnapped. Bizarro world right from the start. Like you got
Yeah,
cameras
what do
everywhere.
do you think she was?
I don't know, but here's the weird thing. Apparently, the son-in-law
That's who I think.
somehow has ties. Dude, I'm not making this up. They were showing this stuff the other day. Somehow has tied to some organization that's tied to Epstein. And I'm like, and I saw that and think, what's not tied to that dude? You know, what did he? And that's the other thing too. If you were famous, if you were anybody famous or upper, I guess politicians are famous too, but
Well, you wanted to rub elbows with
in
somebody.
certain circles for a 20-year period, you had run in some one way, shape, or form with Epstein. And by the way, that was not by accident. That's what they were doing. Best case, it looks like he was basically a money launderer. That's what the guy, at the end of the day, that's what he was expert at. He was expert at, and he was getting paid by governments. Okay, you can talk about which ones, and ours had to be in there. Others. He had an LLC, like and I forget what the name of it is, but a side thing that won two lotteries. That's how they paid him. They had to pay him certain ways, and they couldn't figure out ways to get money, like untraceable, whatever. So miraculously, two LLCs owned by Jeffrey Epstein, or one LLC with anyway, won
1, 2.
two lotteries. Which what that also tells you guys, you can fake the lotteries. Okay, and we're at a point, man. You can't. Juan, we'll go back to the very first episode. What do we always tell people?
Everybody's lying.
They're all lying. They're all lying. So that's happening. And before I forget too, it's kind of interesting because it happened today. We'll mark it because the guy's not a friend. I don't know him. I've never met him, but we've talked about I admire people that produce content. And the young man, I forget his name, he just goes by Hold Mayo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? And he's been doing these RB&R days on Monday. And so where he goes and gets red beans and
rice.
And I know those of you that have never seen it are thinking that seems boring. But the dude's talented. Young guy, he's talented and funny.
He's also got like I don't know if it's just during football season, but he's got like a live call-in show.
Yeah. He cusses a lot. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's some vulgar stuff.
He cusses a lot, and he lets some people on that just cuss. And when I say cuss, I'm not talking about just drop them.
No, it's all things. Yeah.
But that's just the generation. He's probably, I'm going to bet the guy's in his lower 30s. I don't even know the guy's age. But,
yeah.
Okay, he's young by our standards. And funny dude. And he's blowing up. He's got Respect Your Body. Abita beer was one of his sponsors. He had his own beer, various things. But anyway, the point is today, as we record this, and hopefully going to stick it on live in a little bit. I guess you don't stick it on live. We're recording it. But anyway, today was his 300th episode of RB&R and his last. He's been announcing it, but he's done.
Oh, he's done?
Done. He signed out today. He says it's been a great ride. He thanked everybody. Now, I don't know what he's going on to. He's obviously going on to something, and I'm guessing he's got to have some deal cut somewhere to go do something. But, yeah, he's putting a stamp on it today, and he's done. 300, and think about that. That's nonstop, 300 weeks.
Yeah.
You and I have done about 240, give or take, and we've got a few breaks in between. But so shout out to him. I watch him religiously. All the crap. TV right now, dude. I've got 1,000 channels, and I promise you, I can't tell you how many times I thumb, turn the TV off. There's nothing I want to see. Nothing I want to see. That young guy, I'll watch him. He's funny. He made anybody that.
Yeah, he's good. And if you haven't watched him, look his stuff up. He's totally New Orleans as far as the Yat dialect.
It's him and a dude. He's got a friend who you never see who's filming him on an iPhone, and they do it. But so shout out to him. Also proves to you, man, over time. And I don't know. I hope he made a few bucks along the way doing it. Content production's tough, dude. Everybody thinks I usually get that like writing columns. I've been writing one of my letters for over 30 years now, and the other one for like a national thing for about 20. And everybody like, oh man, I'd love to write columns. And it's like, yeah, because everybody can
Yeah.
write one. Everybody can write one. Maybe you can write two. Maybe you can write 10. Write 1,000 and get
On on a themed subject.
right. Well, with me, it's always been stories. I mean, I've always been that way. That's how I'm wired. So it didn't fit. It's like the national publication I write for. There have been times where certain editors come in and they're not fond of first person, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm one person. I'm first person. That's how I do it. I'm not a thee, thou, thus. I'm a me, my,
For
I.
you English majors out there, that's I, mine, me. We, ours, us, but you're writing it. I, mine, me.
Because we got a huge English.
That's right, bro.
Huge. We got a huge.
Trying to educate the children.
But that's the thing too. Now with AI, and everybody's publishing stuff, which is just I feel for Don. Like Don's saying, okay, he's an artist and he writes, and he's a talented artist, and now it's like, oh, anybody can just like spit something and get out a picture. I'm sort of that way with columns because I see people publishing stuff now who I don't think can read a full column. And they're publishing these, obviously AI generated things. And my thing is, if you're going to do that, that's fine. Basically, but just fess up to it. It annoys me to no end when somebody wants to pretend that I am writing this stuff that I just had AI write. Like I said, hey, AI, write a column of why it's good to be nice to people in a sales thing. And you didn't write none of that stuff.
No, you can. I've done stuff, Dave, where I've written long format stuff and spit it out, just articles off of interview transcripts that I've done. I was like, I don't feel mess with this. It's not that important. Put the transcript in and it spits it out. And I say, oh, no, that needs to be 5,000 words. Yeah. Go ahead and put this. Okay, great. Make it in chronological order and divide it into chapters.
Yeah. I mean, it can be done, y'all. It can be done. It's the world we're living in. We're gonna learn to play in it. One of my favorite stories of the week. There was a Crew of Carrollton float. I had never heard of the Crew of Carrollton. And the crew riders were removed after aggressive bead throwing at police officers.
Good.
100%. I saw a video of their float pulling up to the reviewing set, and it was almost empty.
Right. They said it was the oddest looking thing after.
Good. That float needs to be tossed out. The Crew of Carrollton, I've never heard of you all. I don't know who you are. I wish nothing but bad on anybody associated with that. So those of you that didn't get that, so there's a float that is on this parade, and when they pass certain, like there were police officers doing their job, police officers out there trying to keep people from getting killed and robbed in Mardi Gras, and they were pelting them aggressively with beads, trying to harm them.
Right, being jerks.
So God bless the cops for 100%. Arrest them. But that's the culture we're living in, y'all. And that's the whole thing. We're not going to go down the path with the ICE stuff and everything. There's protest and there's interference and then there's violence.
Right.
You can protest, man. That you are given
protest,
a right.
Get on the sidewalk with your sign.
When you interfere with a procedure, you cross.
Or try to harm somebody for doing their job.
And heaven forbid, dude, you blowing a whistle in somebody's face, damaging their ears when you're throwing something, spitting on somebody, you deserve what you're going to get. And
I hope they pull them off the float over the rail.
Hey, man, straight to jail. Is that old joke, that meme? Straight to jail. Straight to jail. You throw beads at cops, straight to jail. Straight to jail. The other thing is, congratulations, New Orleans. Moody's has downgraded New Orleans' debt to rating of, it's a capital B, 2 little A's, and a number 2. Never seen that. So,
is that a bad thing? I take it.
It's two rungs above junk. So when Moody's rates something as junk, it means you just as soon set your money on fire. Yeah. Like, we are guaranteeing you are not going to get paid back. New Orleans right now is that much above
Yeah.
that. And hey,
You,
I got news for
you,
you. It's only
you can
it's
thank Cantrell and previous others or
so
previous
to
other
her, yeah.
leaders.
And when I saw the story, the picture on it was a picture that they had the new mayor Moreno on there, and I even sent it to a friend of mine who's connected to politics, and it said, "Hey, I don't know the new mayor of New Orleans. I'm probably a lot of stuff I would not like about her. I know I don't like most from the inauguration and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are lots of things about her that I would disagree with, but it's not fair to put her face
No, no. You
on
don't.
on the story about New Orleans being basically junk status. That's Cantrell. And by the way, not just Cantrell. She just got to skipper the boat that's been sinking.
Right.
I mean, Moriel, Landrew, all these crooks, Nagin, all these, right?
All, and I guarantee you none of them are broke.
No, not at all.
Negan, maybe. I don't know.
Nagin, I'm not sure. I think Moriel's still scamming stuff up in D.C. Oh, another thing. I spoke in North Carolina this past week, and flying out there, I'm on one of the planes that's got the big TV screens on it, so you can watch, whatever you want to watch.
Hmm.
Man, the lady ahead of me, she was sitting in the very first row on the second row. And I don't even know the name of the show, but apparently Noah Wiley, who used to be on ER,
Oh, yeah. It's Pitt, I think, is what it's
whatever
called.
the
The
show
Pit.
is. Dude, so I'm
Never
minding
seen
my
it.
own business. I'm listening to podcast. I'm doing whatever. I'm on the plane. But every time I look up, I can't help but see her screen. It's nothing but blood. It's quote unquote.
Yeah. It's pretty much an ER show
Oh, dude,
on HBO.
I wanted to like tap her and say, hey, like I know it's not your fault. It wasn't. She was an old lady too. And I say old lady. She'd have been 2 years older than me. I don't know,
Yeah.
but she was an old lady. But I'm like, yeah. Every time I look up, I gotta just see blood splattered. You know? Yeah. It was funny. You can tell how bad some shows are when there's no sound. You just like see the visuals.
I think the premise of it is like 24, where it's supposed to be a season is a real time in an or in an ER, like through a tragedy. Never seen it. Noah Wiley is going to be at a Mardi Gras ball that I will be at next week.
Which one
Um,
is that?
Harry Connick's
Oh, okay,
ball. It's
cool.
called Orpheus.
Is that on Saturday?
It's on Monday night.
Oh, okay. Are you guys going to be any chance you be around Thibodeau on for the
I
Thibodeau
think
parades?
Joey's going to be out of town, but I think I'm coming. So you're going to be there Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to come find you. I'll
Oh,
let
it'd
you
be
know for
awesome.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reach out to Rick, but yeah, we're supposed to come down. It's gonna be a quick turnaround. I'm coming down. Shout out Thibodeau. I'm coming down Saturday, probably early afternoon, mid afternoon, and I think it's supposed to be rainy or something Saturday. I think Sunday might. I
I
hope
think
it.
Saturday's supposed to rain, but Sunday's supposed to be really
I
nice.
hope so. I hope so. So we're gonna be there for the Thibodeau parades on Sunday. Hey, if you're listening to this, guys, and you're around Thibodeau for the Thibodeau parades, which are good parades. They're the fun. They're
No,
good.
dude, they are good. We go almost every year.
Shout out my brother-in-law, citizen of the year, Mike. His float rides, and it's a good place to be. So if you guys are anywhere around the Audubon and
Audubon, Menard
Menard,
area.
yeah, shout give us a shout out. Reach out on Facebook, and we'll find you. But we're gonna be around there. What else? Oh, my godson Gavin and his wife Sophia had a baby last night. Shout out to
Congrats.
congrats. They're in Austin, Texas. Baby Hector.
That's a
Good name, huh?
interesting. Yeah. Is
Hector Michael
that a family
Blanchard.
name or they just like that name?
No idea. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to ask them yet. It's just like I got a son named Abraham. Everybody asks, is
Yeah.
that a family name? It is now. It it is now. So congrats to those guys. And you know what? We're gonna see if we can get this thing on the air.
All right. We'll
What
be
you
here
think?
sooner or later.
Buffets out there. We did what we did. We apologize for the 15 minutes of luge talk or whatever the hell.
Hey, dude, that's good stuff.
We're going to push the button. Get on out of here. See if any of that stuff stuck to the magic tape up in the sky. We hope it did. If you want to reach us, it's not hard. It's Dave and Juan at protonmail.com or,
Right here.
yeah, wherever you are, do it again. That's where we're going to be. That's where you or find a video just to see Juan doing the luge.
My luge money.
That's it. That's what you want to do. Every week we tell you it's not a hint, suggestion, or subtle implication.
No.
Y'all, it is a freaking
It's a freaking
mandate.
bro.
Live your best life. Live your best life. Right? Good day today. Rinse, repeat. Try to do that again tomorrow. It was a rough day. You know what?
Yeah, it's gonna be better tomorrow.
Bar set a little bit low for you. Get over it. Okay. We're gonna get on out of here. Next week's gonna be. Maybe we'll do something live from Thibodeau.
Maybe we'll do live.
We may just shoot something live.
Just a little drop in.
Something short because it's going to be a tight squeeze. But hey, we the tight squeeze on this one. But so everybody, those of you that are enjoying the Mardi Gras season, enjoy yourself. Be careful.
Don't throw beads at cops.
Don't throw beads at cops. Don't step on children's hands. Right?
Unless they're grabbing some good beads.
Yeah, well, okay. And depends how big the kid is. Depends how big the kid is. Basically, just follow Dave and Juan's Mardi Gras rules. Don't be a chew.
That's right, bro.
We need to get that shirt made. Right? Mardi Gras rules. Don't be a chew. Everything will be okay.
Be life's rule, too.
Pretty much. All right, America, don't be a chew. Go have a great week. Live your best life. Don't be a chew. Until next week or whenever we see you again, hey, you guys be good. Be safe. Love you, bro.
Back at you, man. I got nothing. That was it. So there you go. Edit
Peace
it out.
See you later, America.
It's over. Go home.